Driven by ambition, Kael sought the mythical Sunstone, seeing the climb as a mere obstacle. Lyra embraced the journey, finding meaning in every step. Will Kael reach enlightenment, focus solely on the destination, or will Lyra's wisdom reveal a greater truth? Discover how their contrasting paths redefine the meaning of success and show us that the journey itself is sacred. At dawn, Kael and Lyra began their ascent, silhouettes outlined by the rising sun. The mythical Sunstone awaited them at the mountain's peak, a prize whispered about with reverence. Kael's heart pounded with ambition, viewing the journey as an obstacle to overcome. Lyra, however, moved with quiet grace, trusting each step held its own significance. From the start, Kael was consumed with progress, measuring the climb in distance and hours while Lyra observed the world around them. The colors and stories unseen, the forest whispered ancient secrets, but his eyes remained fixed on the summit, ignoring all else in his pursuit. They encountered an elderly woman struggling to mend a broken fence in a small village. Lyra knelt to help, weaving bark and wood patiently, while Kael grew impatient. "We can't waste time helping her," Kael said, impatience in his voice. Lyra smiled softly, replying, "Sometimes the path is part of the prize, Kael." More stops followed, tales shared by villagers around evening fires, humble meals, and sunsets that outshone any treasure. Kael urged forward, frustrated by the delays. "Why linger here? The Sunstone shines at the top, not down here," Kael would say, his determination unwavering as they continued their ascent. Days turned colder, the mountains steeper. One morning, a thunderous rumble announced a rock slide burying their path under stone and dirt. Despair crept into Kael's eyes, but Lyra remembered an old tale of a hidden, safer path, a secret shared by a villager they had met. Trusting in the wisdom gathered along the way, Lyra led them towards the hidden trail, concealed by thick brush and shadows. As they moved through this secret way, the wind carried whispers of encouragement, and the kindness from every village seemed to steady them. Clouds gathered with a sudden fierceness, and rain began to fall in heavy sheets, forcing Kael and Lyra to seek shelter quickly. They reached a small barn. Its doors creaked open to reveal a warm interior and the farmer who lived there, a man they had met days before. Lyra's kindness in helping mend his fence had been repaid in this unexpected refuge, offering them warmth and safety from the storm. Inside, they shared the bread and cheese given as gifts earlier, and Kael marveled at how Lyra's connections and generosity had prepared them. When the storm passed and the skies cleared, the climb resumed with renewed determination, the mountain air crisp and invigorating. Kael noticed his supplies were dwindling, while Lyra's provisions seemed surprisingly ample, a testament to the gifts she had received. Kindness returns in many forms. "Kael," Lyra chuckled, sharing her plentiful food, as they continued their journey upward. Breathless but triumphant, they finally reached the summit. The Sunstone awaited, a large, ordinary rock glowing faintly with warmth. Kael reached out, expecting enlightenment, but felt only stillness as his fingers brushed the stone. Disappointment washed over him. "I don't understand," he murmured, lowering his hand. "Where is the magic? Why doesn't it feel special or different?" Lyra stepped forward, her face radiant with a peaceful glow, and gently placed her hand on the stone. "This place is not about the stone itself, Kael," she said, her voice filled with quiet wisdom and a knowing smile. "The true magic is the kindness we showed and received, the stories that taught us, the friendships formed, the strength found when we helped one another. The journey was the enlightenment. The Sunstone is simply a place to stop and realize it." Kael gazed at her, the truth of her words settling softly in his heart. The mountain, the villages, the sunsets, they were not obstacles, but gifts. The path had been sacred all along. Enlightenment was not a destination, but the compassion and wisdom gathered along the way.